Oh my god, that vessel is so hot. I wonder what he looks like without his mask on.
What the fuck?
What's up, dudes? I'm back with another video. Today we are talking about this year's controversial headliners, question mark. Yes, it is crazy to think that Sleep Token have only been a band since 2016. So they are headlining in under 10 years of their journey as musicians. This is not unheard of. So for all of you that are clamoring the walls to go, oh my God, they can't headline after this amount of time. Linkin Park actually headlined in an even shorter space of time. Obviously, Hybrid Theory was released in 2000 and Linkin Park headlined Download in 2004. So that was an even shorter amount of time than Sleep Token. So it's not unheard of. They have had a really quick rise to the top, which obviously some people don't like, but I wanted to give that example because it has happened before. And I'm sure there are many other examples that I haven't delved into in Download. But aside from that, they are a very interesting band. There are no one that sounds like them currently. I'm sure just like Bring Me the Horizon, there will be many Sleep Token clones on their way after the popularity that they've got out of this. But very interesting to discuss. I'm really looking forward to it. So let's delve into a little bit about the band. I'll go through their discography and talk about that a little bit. So in this video, we are just going to look a little bit into the band, a little bit of the lore. You know, they are very mysterious, so we want to delve into some of that. And I'm going to go through their previous albums and rank them, even though currently there is only 3 as of recording this video because their new album isn't out until May. So yeah, let's do this. So Sleep Token are a British metal band formed in London in 2016. The band obviously wear masks to hide their identities, similar to bands like Ghost and Slipknot. They combine electronic soundscapes with piano, some gent-style metal. They also incorporate, you know, pop, alternative, R&B, a little bit of nu metal, so they're pretty much all over the place musically. In some instances, they do give a very signature sound, but it is a mix of a lot of stuff. Sleep Token lore says that they are the mortal representatives of the ancient deity known as Sleep. And of course, they are led by the masked and cloaked frontman, Appointed Vessel. It's safe to say, you know, there really is no band currently on the planet like this, and it's definitely going to be an interesting set at this year's Download. So I did actually see Sleep Token at Download 2018. They played on the Dog 2 stage and they played to a half-empty tent. Now, if you would have told me 7 years ago that they would be headlining the festival, I would have said, you are crazy. I would have told you they are an amazing band, but I would have said there is no chance of them headlining within 7 years. So that in itself is crazy. I have been a fan for a very long time. There are obviously brand new Sleep Token fans that have come along recently. I love when a band that I absolutely love gets massive. I know a lot of people sort of feel a bit of hate towards the band when they get big, but I don't really feel that way. I feel like they deserve it because they sound amazing. Also, they sort of, and I don't like to pigeonhole people, but let's just say this for the sake of argument, they also play with normies. So they could be played on Radio 1, which is why Ghost are massive, which is why Bring Me the Horizon are massive, which is why a lot of these big bands that you see now, if you can be played on the radio and you can also play Download, that is loads of room for you to expand into and be massive. And Sleep Token have the perfect sound for that. You know, they have the little gent bits that all us metalers like. Then they have those sort of R&B rhythms. Obviously, Vessel has an incredible voice. So the normies that would go and listen to, you know, whoever in the pop world could also listen to Sleep Token. So they do have a massive range of people to sort of draw from, a bigger pool than if you were a hardcore metal band, for instance. So I'd say that is one of the reasons why they have got so big, is because of their sound. But it is rooted in alternative and metal, and it is definitely an alternative way of thinking, looking at and performing music. So that's why they still belong at Download, but they seem to draw the attention of people that don't necessarily listen to metal. And of course, the hardcore metalers do not like that at all. Some of them obviously are more open than others, but I just thought I would put in my sort of 2 cents into how they have got so big so quickly, and they have an awesome stage show. So it all kind of adds up. Now, what are we expecting from Sleep Token's performance this year? Well, this will be the 8th time that I've seen them, and one thing I definitely can tell you is they will not phone in their performance. Every time I've seen them, musically, they have been absolutely stellar. So that is one thing I am not worried about at all. Stage show wise, they always have fantastic lighting, a beautiful stage layout. Obviously, they haven't done a gig to this scale, this massive, to this many people before, so there might be some surprises. I don't know what they'll do in terms of pyro and that sort of stuff. The main stage at Download can be hit or miss with sound. Now, Sleep Token are a band that need really good sound to have that oomph and for them to sort of get across the music that they're portraying to you. So fingers crossed the sound on the main stage will be good. Now, obviously, it's going to be a strange one for some people. If people haven't really heard Sleep Token before or gone out their way to listen to them, it will probably be quite jarring because, there are a lot of slow parts, a lot of hip-hop, R&B beats. So on the surface of it, if someone was to watch them for 5 minutes, I don't think they would get the full story of what Sleep Token are about. Obviously, they can switch so quickly between musical genres. So to the average person watching that's not a Sleep Token fan, I honestly do not know how they're going to be perceived. This is either going to be one of the biggest sets at Download, or this is going to be a Biffy Clyro Download 2022 set where half the whole place is empty. I honestly can't tell you. They're such a popular band. Whether they will be popular at Download or not remains to be seen. But I can say that if you are to watch Sleep Token, open your mind a little bit. I believe that you will have a very good time, be thoroughly entertained, and be sucked in by Vessel's sort of stage presence and just the way that the band presents themselves. So I am really looking forward to that part of it, just to see other people's reactions to them. And I think it's going to be an awesome way to round out the Saturday. But yeah, okay, let's get into their music and talk a little bit about the 3 albums and my ranking of them. Now, I just want to say, I don't think Sleep Token have a bad album. These ones are just ranked from my least favourite to my favourite. So at the back of the pack, it's their second album, 2021's This Place Will Become Your Tomb. Although it is good, it does have some great songs, Love That You Want, Alkaline. It doesn't quite reach the heights for me that the first album did. It's still got some great hooks, great guitar, fantastic drumming as always, but I don't think it's as consistently good. I think about halfway it really drops off compared to the other 2 albums. So I don't think, it's as consistent all the way through. Still has its moments, but it sits firmly at the back of the pack for me, without a doubt. In second place, I've got 2023's Take Me Back to Eden. Now, I know this would be a lot of people's number 1, but I do feel like, apart from, of course, Chokehold, Granite, The Summoning, there are some really, really fantastic tracks on this album. I don't feel like it takes a dip as much as This Place Will Become Your Tomb does, but I do think it loses something in the middle of the pack somewhere. There is a point where I think after Vor, or just on that track, it kind of drops off a little bit, and then it comes back at the end for me. So I feel like that one is sort of an up and down motion when listening to it. The middle bit isn't as interesting for me as the front end and the back end of the album, but still really great. Production is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, like I said, the big hits are on this one that have become massive songs for Sleep Token now. It's a fantastic album. They were fantastic on the tour as well. So again, I'm not saying anything really bad about these albums. I'm just saying why I'm ranking them. So this is a very, very good album that I like a lot. So you've guessed it, my favourite Sleep Token album is 2019's Sundowning. Now, at the time, they released a song every 2 weeks to make up the album, which I thought at the time, I'm sure bands have done that since, but I can't think of anyone around that time who was releasing music like this. So it was really cool to sort of get a new song every 2 weeks that made up the album, and they came with their own visualizers. They released their own merch. Each of them had their own symbols for each song. It was just a really cool way to do stuff so differently. And I think that set them apart from everyone straight away. You know, right on the first album, they were doing things just so differently to everyone else. Musically, I feel like this is the one. This is strong all the way through. It doesn't dip off for a second for me. I feel like this is the one where Vessel literally is talking to your soul pretty much. You know, I think that this is his best one vocally. I think this is his best performance lyrically. I just absolutely love this album. You know, those beautiful, massive soundscapes into those little sort of R&B hip hop beats, and then straight into those real heavy gent breakdown. For instance, songs like The Offering, just no messing around, straight into it, and then it goes off on its own path, comes back to the heavy again. This one for me is out of the 2010s. I know it came right at the end of the 2010s, but for me, out of the 2010s, this is a 10 out of 10 album. This ranks within my top 10 albums of those 10 years from 2010 to 2019. So yeah, for me, Sundown hasn't been beaten. Quickly, we'll talk about obviously the new album. Really like the new singles. Really good. Caramel, I like. I know a lot of people were a bit up and down with it. The song keeps on getting stuck on in my head, the chorus. Now, that's obviously a good thing, but it started to kind of annoy me a little bit. So I still like it. I really want to hear it live. It's going to be great, depending on what they'll play from the new album, of course. And I'm really excited. They're not sounding like they're going in the direction I wanted Sleep Token to go into. I wanted them to go into a more dark direction. I think at one stage this band really needs to get dark, you know, really dark, make a really dark sounding album. But obviously for now, they are probably going to do another crowd pleasing album, which is totally fine. I'm on board for it. I cannot wait to listen. So yeah, really excited about the new album. I'm sure a lot of you guys are as well. But because I'm recording this album, not recording an album, so I'm in a recording video. Because I'm recording this video before the album comes out, I can't judge it, and I don't know where currently it would sit in my rankings. But I can't do the album any later in this review because I can't do this video any later than it currently is. I'm babbling, but yes, very good. Really looking forward to new Sleep Token. Yeah, so there you go, guys. That was just a little bit about Sleep Token, a little bit about their albums, who they are, what to expect. I'm personally, of course, very excited. I cannot wait to see them on a stage this big with the full production, the full shebang. I'm sure a lot of you are the same. If you're not looking forward to them, I'd love to know why. We've been crying out for new headliners at Download, and we've got another one. So I think that it's good times for everyone, you know, celebrating the past with all the other bands, and now we are moving on. So please let me know in the comments if you're a fan, if you're not a fan, and just tell me why. Let's talk about it. Also, tell me about your rankings of the albums, because I'm always interested in that sort of thing. First of all, I want to say thank you very much to my patrons that are on the screen at the moment. I love you guys. Thank you very much for the support. If you do want to come and join me, the link is in the description, and there's loads of free stuff and cool stuff on Patreon. To everyone else, once again, thank you so much for the support. Please subscribe, of course, if you haven't. There's been such a big uptake of subscribers this year, and honestly, I appreciate every single one. It is just amazing how much this channel is growing and just how awesome everything is going. So I'm very, very happy. And as always, the next episode, so I've done the last episode, which is Green Day. So if you want to know about Green Day, go back and check that one out. Also, I apologize for my appearance in that video. I looked extremely tired. But if some of you don't know, me and Vicky do have a new baby, basically. He's only about 8 months old. So yeah, we do a lot of not sleeping at the moment. So that's probably why I look so tired in that video. So I've done an episode on Green Day. This is the Sleep Token one. And of course, next will be Korn. That's going to be a big one for me because I've been a Korn fan for a long, long time. So make sure you stick around for that one. That is going to be a mega video. Trust me, it's going to be amazing. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and I shall see you dudes in the next video.
You should go and subscribe to my channel, just because. Come on, subscribe.